Hey everyone, hope you're well. Welcome to another Affinity podcast. I have today Jay, one of my clients, with me, here to share about her journey and how she's done. I'm going to introduce her in a bit, and she will tell us about herself in a bit. So, hey Jay, you all right?
I'm good, thank you.
How's your day
You?
been? I'm all right, not bad, thank
Um,
you.
busy. It's
Busy as
Friday.
always.
Yeah.
Oh, looking forward to the weekend.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Um, if you can introduce yourself, give us a bit of an intro about yourself, what you do, um, family, what's work like, general day-to-day stuff.
Cool. I'm Jay Solanki. I'm 49 years old. I'm single. I live at home. I'm a carer, full-time carer for my mum. I work for the NHS, but I'm a home-based worker. Um, yes, that's about it.
Nice and short and simple.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, actually, no. I'm the youngest out of four sisters.
Okay.
I'm at home. Yeah, that's about it.
And you were
Nothing.
just hot, nothing interesting, just busy life.
Busy
As
life. Working for the NHS keeps me busy, keeps me on my toes.
must be
I
busy
like
with them right now.
very busy at the moment. Yes, it's constantly changing. Loads of new things happening with a new government, new processes, new policies, but keeps me on my toes. I look after our board, so I do the corporate governance, which is nice, interesting, something different every day.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Keeps your life engaged, right? That's it.
It does, definitely. Yes.
Okay. So on to the next one. If you can tell me a little bit about, obviously life before Affinity. Um, why did you want to change? What was the reason for reaching out? Your why, before you started the whole journey of the whole weight loss.
So, I've always been vertically challenged because I'm quite a petite girl. I call myself petite, short and fat. But about 10 years ago, my GP diagnosed me of having diabetes, and diabetes
Okay.
runs in my family. And knowing the issues that my mum has with it and my dad had with it, I was like, I don't want to go down that road, so I need to change. So, I was doing like I do 25,000 steps a day, well, weekdays.
Yeah.
And I was doing my own home workouts, like following stuff on Instagram or YouTube. And I was doing mainly cardio-based exercise to reduce my diabetic levels. And, I used to change, I changed my diet, I changed everything. And then once my GP said to me, "Oh, that's fine. You're almost there. Keep carrying on." I used to lack my motivation. So I went back to normal and I was just like, I need to change this because it's not doing myself any good. And then I was lack of self-confidence as well because of the way I was. And I was just like, something's got to give. And the thing is, I thought I'm doing half the work, but I just need guidance and I need more
Yeah.
support. 'Cause really, what I'm doing is not working. So a friend introduced me to yourselves, and I think I had a conversation with Nick, and I was like, I personally didn't think this was going to happen for me because living at home with mum, basically live off a Gujarati traditional diet, and I thought this is not going to work for me. It's going to have to be fruit and vegetables only. Nothing I enjoy eating. But do you know what? I was very mistaken. But Monday to Friday, I'm brilliant. I used to do my workouts, I used to do my steps. Weekend used to let me down really badly. And I think that was just lifestyle, being a carer, sorting things out at home. And I thought something's got to give. And
Yeah.
when I had the call with Nick, it was life changing, basically. And I didn't realize that you can do so much, but I could enjoy all the Gujarati foods that I was eating, doing everything the
100%.
same. So it was really good. And you know what? I'm not exercising 7 days a week. I'm not killing myself exercising 2, 3 hours a day. I'm doing the bare minimum, but it's made so much difference. So basically, little is more from what I see. I'm
Yeah.
sure everyone else has different experiences. And plus, I don't go to the gym. Everything I do is home based and it works for me. And that's why I'm enjoying it.
That's really good. And obviously you touched on it with the whole Gujarati food and everything. And if you were to kind of go into it, so if you were to say before joining Affinity, what would an average day look like for you? So bear in mind this is before you join the program. What would it be like? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, out, work? What would that look like?
So I started doing homework in about during COVID before I used to go into the office. So breakfast was what cereal, lunch would be like anything I could get hold of because I was outside based in London. Temptation when people say, "Oh, let's go out for lunch." We used to go to McDonald's. We used to go have a sandwich and crisp and drinks.
Yeah.
It was really difficult to tell you the truth. And then eventually, when my GP said that you're borderline diabetic, so I used to take food from home.
Okay.
But the food from home wasn't great. It's like, if you had that and rice the night before, I would take that into the office for lunch and things like that. And it wasn't great. It was quite difficult. But when I became home based, I could control what I was eating. I can
Okay.
control my steps, my exercise, and everything else like that. However, saying that, when I started taking food from home, I started taking healthier options as well. So I started taking in salads, I started taking in homemade soups and things like that. And I used to limit how often I used to go for socials. Now, before, when I was going socials and go to a restaurant, I used to check out the menu first. And the first thing I used to look at was desserts because I love a chocolate pudding. Chocolate fudge cake was my go-to. And if they didn't have that in the menu, I wouldn't go. But now I've completely changed. Yes, I do have a dessert, but I have like a mango sorbet. If someone else was having a pudding, I'll have a bite of theirs. But it's not the first thing I look at now. And it's a game changer, really is. You just think differently. But what I have found, I've not missed out on anything. I'm enjoying everything I used to
Yeah.
enjoy, but I feel better about myself. So it's not like I've really missed it and, I'm suffering, but I'm not. I'm quite enjoying it.
Yeah, because you're still like obviously when we talk, we do our weekly check-ins and stuff.
Yeah,
You're still from my side, I was a social animal. Right? You've had crazy periods where just before Christmas, I think you had a whole month of social. I
I
remember
did.
last year, and again, like you've done great, which is as you said, it's mindset, right? Whereas you were doing things before just walking into them, whereas even like
Yeah,
good dinner out and stuff. Whereas now you're still planning. Yes, you can plan ahead. You can look at the menus before you go. Simple things like that, which have worked for you, which is really, really good. And I think you've done a lot on just mind shift. You're
yeah,
you're more disciplined than before,
yeah,
right? Which is good, which has
definitely.
helped as well.
Yeah.
Um, and if you were to like say where are you right now in terms of results, how you're working, how many kgs you're down, how's the body changed, lifestyle, moods, like how do you feel now?
Lifestyle, I feel better about myself. I'm more motivated. I've got more self-confidence about myself and the way I looked. Um, because I'm more a petite girl,
Yeah.
I've lost 8 kg, but it's gone past my goal that I originally set,
Yes.
which is amazing because I didn't think I could do it myself. My body has completely changed. I get so many friends and family saying, "What's happened to you? You're faded away. Have you done it?" And I'm buying more clothes. I buy different sets of clothes that I would never thought I'd be wearing before. I've dropped 2 dress sizes. But overall, I think the main thing is that I feel so good about myself and it's encouraging because I've put in that work and,
Yeah.
delivered basically. And that's what keeps me going and motivated, which I think is brilliant because I didn't think I would be able to do it, but I've done it. And the
Done
thing is,
brilliantly.
I've not given up anything. I've not changed anything. I'm still eating my full Gujarati dinner. Yes,
Yeah.
more about planning, portion control. But I've not felt like, oh, I can't eat that today, or oh, no, I can't eat that. I've been eating everything, but I just be a bit more mindful about the breakfast and lunches I have. The good thing about me, I've never been a snacker. I've never been a snacker. So I don't
Yeah.
eat biscuits, I don't eat crisp and things like that. I've never been a snacker. So I suppose that's actually really helped me. Don't get me wrong, I'm only human. If I fancy a piece of chocolate, I do eat a chocolate just to
Yeah.
prick that craving because then I'll just be binging on other stuff. But the good thing is I've never been a snacker, so it's all good.
It's good, right? And as you said before, you're carer for mama home as well. So obviously, your food's going to be she relies on it, you rely on her. It works both ways, and you
Yeah,
can't then just say, I'm having this, she's going to have that, double the work while you're working. So it's really good that you've kind of like adapted to make sure everything works with it,
well, yeah.
works well with it. When family come over, it works well, which is really, really good. Um, and in terms of like how you feel or physically look now from where when you started to now, like, if you what's the biggest difference you see
Biggest difference is um
apart from almost getting packs? That's the next
um
stage, right?
Yeah, that's the next stage. The biggest I find it's a lot easier than I thought. You know, I planned the nutrition, the portions, it's just become so natural. Now, like you said, living at home with mum, I don't know how it is with you, but with my mum, it's like, why are you not eating this? Just eat that. It's not going to make an ounce of difference. You walk all
It's the
the
same on my side.
yeah, you walk in 24/7, you do all this exercise, you gotta eat, you gotta eat. And it's like now she's come to terms with the fact that I'm still eating everything we cook in.
Yeah,
And now she's actually putting the weighing scales next to my plate because she's become used to it.
yeah,
So it's actually quite good. I think overall, I think the best thing for me was the fact that I've got my own confidence back. You know, I can walk out there with these clothes that I never thought that I was going to be able to wear before.
yeah.
I've got rid of all my large size 12s and I've been wearing 8s, which is really motivating for me. And I'll just be like, yes, I can wear that dress now. And, you know, I haven't got my belly sticking out. It's all good. I feel so much better in myself. And obviously, hearing the compliments is amazing as well.
It helps,
So
right?
it, it
It
does
makes you
help.
feel that you're doing something right. And
Yeah.
I always tell everyone, that weight loss is not just about how you physically look. Yes, it's good to look good, scales look good, but mentally you need to feel right with it.
Yeah.
Some people are skinny and they'll still feel that they need to drop more. But it's as long as mentally you're all right with it, I think
Yeah.
you're fine. And I think when you first started to, I remember talking to you on our first call, and you're like, oh, I need to do this, drop this. I don't walk much. I would do this, but now it's like, yeah, done this, done this, done this. It's almost like a checklist. You've done it. Before I ask you, things are done, which is good, and you're proactive, and I think that's really, really good. Um, Bearing on that, and to the journey you've been from the start to now, what has your biggest learning curve been?
Biggest learning curve is planning is key. I
Yeah,
know, like you just touched on our first call, I was like, oh, MFP is a pain. I've got to fill this out. I don't know
yeah,
what I'm eating tomorrow. I don't even know what I ate yesterday. But now it's just like part of my routine. On Sunday nights when I'm sitting there in front of the box, I fill out my plan. When I'm going shopping, I say to mum, what are we planning to eat? So I've got everything ready. I plan one social a week if I can. I do go into the office every now and again, but I plan for it. I change
yeah,
what I have for breakfast. I change what I have for lunch. I have a look at if I am going out for dinner with someone, I have a look and I change the way I work. Um, my biggest learning curve was planning. I didn't realize how much planning actually helps. And it's not like it doesn't take long. Like I said, Sunday nights I'm sitting there and I just plan my week and it really does help because it gives you a guidance. So you don't
yeah.
not like, oh, what shall I eat tomorrow? Do this and do that. It's already there for me. And then obviously when you're uploading stuff on MFP, it just tells you all your nutrients and it's just perfect. So then you can navigate, oh, actually, I'll have an extra protein bar today because I'm going out for dinner. So I need to have that at 4 o'clock. So then I don't, binge eat and just eat everything. I've never gone to a social hungry because I think that's the worst thing ever because,
Yeah.
your stomach is big, your eyes are bigger than your stomach and you just eat everything. So I think planning is key and it really does help.
And to start to go more into that, like planning, right? Which this I think I feel that a lot of people struggle with, and I just say, oh my God, do you first felt overwhelmed with, oh my God, my fitness pal can't do this. What is going on? But how long did it take you to get used to it? And then also, how long do you now take to plan? So, like, let's say if you give an example to someone listening to this, on a Sunday you sit down while you're watching TV. In terms of minutes, how long does it take you to plan out your week's foods?
Not long at all. It barely, once I've decided what we're eating for the week, it
Yeah,
doesn't take long. I think what I struggled with first regarding MFP, it didn't have everything that we eat. But I think liaising with yourself and Nick, I think you just said to me, they're not going to have all the shucks, they're not going to have all the does, but you pick the closest thing and you just enhance it. And
yeah,
that made it so much easier. And then obviously now, because I'm very repetitive with what we eat, I think you sent me a video of all my foods and it was very consistent. So now that once you do it and you save your meals, you tend to have the same things over again. Okay, one thing might change, which you can do, but once you save the meal, it's really quick and easy. It doesn't
yeah.
take more than, I wouldn't say more than 10, 15 minutes or even less than that. So it's really, really good. It's brilliant. And the exercise planning, the workout. So I think you've set it Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I asked for
Yes.
an additional one, which I do on the weekend. Say, for example, I was going into the office on Wednesday, I would do that workout on Tuesday. So I just work backwards. So I get all my workouts done, all my steps done. I never used to walk on weekends before. My weekend was like a break, but that's what my downfall was. But now I'm even doing my 10,000 steps on weekends. So I think planning is key. So you get your workouts done, you get your steps done, and you get your nutrients done from MFP. And I think it works, but planning, and it doesn't take long, 10-15 minutes max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it is. Like, once you get that done, and as I said, my fitness pal is quite good. It records it, saves as a meal, and you copy paste repeat.
yeah,
Um, Not every day needs to be glamorous meals. There are gonna, as you said, there are gonna be days where it's just easy. Everyone's working, quick breakfast, quick lunch. Out you go. Dinner, you can kind of play around a little bit and say, okay, well, what do we
yeah.
fancy? Which is good. I think that's what's helped you, especially with the Indian Gujarati food as well, right?
It has really.
Um, which is good. Um, if you were to then, obviously, with all the time, with the amount of time you're being a client with me, we have been through times where, motivation is low. You're struggling. So what have you done in those times to say, you know what, I need to do something to just move it? What have you done when you feel like your motivation is low?
What have I done? I've looked at my progress pictures, and when I see
Yeah,
my first one, I'm like, I don't want to be there again. I used to look at, oh my God, I used to eat this, this, this. How did I do that? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. But my main motivation, I think I told you, was I'm going to be 50, and
yeah,
my goal is I want to look fabulous at 50. I got to motivate myself to do this. Don't get me wrong, I'm only human, and I feel like, yes, I have fallen off the wagon, but at the back of my mind, I know I can do this. It's not difficult. Um, yes, I look at my progress pictures, I listen to the compliments I'm getting, and I'm thinking, you know what, I've done this.
yeah.
Yes, I've had help and guidance, but this is my hard work, this is my effort, this is me changing who I was and what I am. And I think, no, I can do this and I'll get there. So basically, um, yeah, just looking at the past and what I've achieved. I've been on this program for I joined again, so this is my seventh month in. I can't believe 7 months have gone that
It's
quickly, and
gone right.
the results that I've got, I think it's just amazing. I'm like, you know what? I can keep doing this. It's
Yeah,
perfect, and I think it's more about your own lifestyle, your own thinking. Oh, I got something. I wanted to do this for myself and I'm going to
yeah.
do it. And that's it. It's your self-motivation as well, which I think is quite good. It's quite key.
And as you said, it's your year, right? Fabulous 50 this year. So
Yes,
six pack
yes,
this year, definitely, right?
definitely. And I need to get into that dress that I brought and I'm going to do it.
That's it. We make sure we do it.
Yeah.
And obviously based on our 6 months you've done the program. Last question to wrap it up with. If you were to give advice to three tips, three pieces of advice to someone, either on the line of joining Affinity or making that choice to say, should I do this? Should I not? Should I go on a diet? Should I not? What would you tell them? Or if they're feeling demotivated, if they already own a program right now, they're quite new, what three pieces of advices would you give them?
The first piece of advice I'd give them is trust the process. You're not going to get results straight away. But it does happen. You've got to trust the process and you need to be 100% to actually want to do it. And, be mindful of what you do. You got to take note of, you got to take your own self-motivation as well. You got to trust the process. You need 100% sure that you can do this and you got to believe in it. And basically you can live your life the same as you're doing, just be mindful about what you're doing and how you're doing it. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But trust the process because I didn't think this was going to work for me, but it's worked. It took time, but it
Yes,
worked.
it does. Yeah.
It did
Thank
work.
you.
So,
Thank you.
and then
Thank you.
naturally,
Yeah.
with the workouts, I think you and Nick have actually changed them to suit me. I'm sure that I've said that I can't do push-ups for love or money, but I think you've changed them to do incline push-ups or knee push-ups and yeah, just trust the process. It does work.
And if there are advice on just, yes, the part of the process, but if you're to give any advice on like food or anything, especially Gujarati food, because we work with a lot of Gujarati people, what would your advice be on food, like just general around Gujarati food?
I would say you can enjoy all your good writing meals like I have. I've just done portion control. Instead of eating two chapatis, I eat one. Instead of having 200 grams of shak, I have like 100 or 50 grams, depending on what I'm eating. I've not stopped eating anything that I enjoy. I enhance it with a salad or a raita or a yogurt, and that really does help.
Yeah,
I'm eating everything. I think even last week I had bao bhaji, which I love, is one of my favorite foods. And I thought, actually, I can eat this because I've got the calories too. So I'm enjoying everything. It's not like I've ever thought, oh God, I'm going to miss out on that dinner or I'm going to miss out on that, my favorite food. No, I'm even eating mithai every night. In Diwali, I eat a lot of mithai as well. Just work towards it. That's how I've done it.
controlling it, right?
Controlling it. Yeah, control it.
Amazing. Amazing, Jay. Thank you for joining us. It's been great having you. And hopefully by next time we speak to you, you will have a six pack now.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
aiming for. I need
that's
to
it.
get into that dress for when I'm 50.
That's it. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.